Hey, welcome. It's Carra Riley, and I'm here with the Transition Living Real Estate team and Declan Kenyon. And we're going to be sharing this week's episode number 7, Transition Tips on How to Decide when it's time to move. This is one of the key questions that you'll have to come to grips with when you decide finally that maybe you want to live in a different environment. Who knows? Maybe it's a grandson in a basement. Maybe it's a granddaughter that's with a mother and father, and you're trying to figure out who's going to go where. Or maybe it's you thinking, I want to go somewhere where I don't have any maintenance. I'm tired of yard work. Whatever that is, it's a process. It's a long process. And what you want to do is work with a real estate team that really understands this is about your life. It's not about the transaction, the sale or the buy. It's about what's happening with your entire life, because that's what happens when you make a move and you're either investing, maybe it's about financial moves, maybe it's about a personal move. But there's 3 top stress levels that we all deal with in life, and this has been studied. The first one is death, divorce, and moving. And many times the 2 of them are together. Someone passes away and you're thinking about moving, or you're getting a divorce and you have to move. So then we have separation anxiety to deal with. There's a lot of emotion that goes into a move. So one of the things that we like to have people understand is that if you're in some kind of an emotional crisis, and it happens, that it's not the time to move. You can start talking about it, and that we're happy to talk about it, whether it's a year from now, whether it's 5 years from now. Let's start to make a plan so that when you finally make that decision, you've worked through all the steps in your mind and the fear is gone. Because it really is the same each time. Getting the house ready, getting your market analysis, it definitely is works the same. So now Declan's going to talk with you about getting a market analysis and deciding about a price, and that changes. So even if you've done it 1 month, you need to have an update the next month. So Declan, help us out here.
Yes, thank you, Carra. Yes, and Carra's absolutely right. It changes month to month, even depending on where you're at and what market you're in and how the world is currently. Right now, obviously, we're in some interesting times, so we always want to keep updated on our market analysis, or CMA. So this is not an appraisal. So it's not having a professional come out to the property and say, hey, it's this, this, and that, and here is the price. So this kind of gives us a rough idea of what the list price of the property needs to be. So all agents should definitely do this. This is the same on the listing side as well as the buyer side. On the listing side, we want to take the radius, in a neighborhood, finding out what properties are similar to the one that you're thinking about listing. Does your property have 4 bedrooms? How many bathrooms does it have? What about the square footage, the location? These are all things you want to take into consideration when working with a realtor. And when you are interviewing realtors, you want to make sure they don't just pull a price out of thin air. We want to make sure we go meticulously through it. The properties around the area, you want to make sure everything is lined up and make sure the list price is going to be something that it's listed at that where it's going to sell. You don't want a house to sit on the market for a long time because of a bad price. And this is the same on the buying side. We want to make sure you're not overpaying for the property. And as I said, it's not an appraisal, but this gives us a rough idea of a fair value of the property.
And Declan, what about comparing some of the realtors? What's your suggestion with how do you pick someone?
Yeah, you want to make sure they're meticulous. You want to make sure they don't pull up a price out of thin air. You want to make sure They look at what's similar in the neighborhood and what has sold in the past. And as we said, we want to make sure we go through and do this often. You have to keep that updated. But when you are interviewing your realtors that you're thinking about listing your house with, you want to make sure they do the market analysis. So then, because anyone can put a sign in the yard, pull a price out of thin air and try to get it sold. But you want to make sure there's a professional able to do it and do it properly. So I'll hand it off to Carra for our marketing plan.
Well, thanks, Declan. The key is, what is it that agent is going to do to help you get the home sold for the highest price and the least amount of hassle? Isn't that what everybody wants? The biggest pile of money and the least amount of stress. So we understand that is our job, and that's what we try and do. We have some very helpful programs, and one of them is the Coming Soon program. We're currently and have been in a seller's market, so houses are selling relatively quickly. And so when you're preparing it, maybe you have to do some painting, maybe you have to do some purging of some items, maybe you have to have the windows cleaned, maybe you need the carpets cleaned. Whatever it is, during that time, let the real estate agent have this time to start the hype of the property with all the wonderful features that will be available soon. And so we put that on a rider. We'll actually put the sign out with the Coming Soon, and it would be available by appointment. They call, even if someone has a different realtor, they call us, and we'll make arrangements with you, the seller, to see if somebody really wants to get in early. But it all adds up to the energy that comes with a new listing. We create a personalized website. It's your address, 123 Main Street, isforsale.com. And so it's easy for you to remember, but that way it's a website that's just about your house with all of the pictures, the school information, all the inclusions, the exclusions, the homeowners association, everything that goes, information that a buyer would need to know about your house is included on that website. And then we have a rider that's a text message, because most people are riding around with their smartphones, and they can text a certain code to the text number and get that website right on their phone. We also have a QR code. Somebody wants to go up to the sign and run it, but the text message takes them to the same place. We do monthly events, and right now we're doing virtual monthly events, and we'll be having 5 lenders talk about their niche loans, because the loan is the key to whether or not you're going to be able to qualify for a property. So we have them in person sometimes, but like right now we're doing them in Zoom rooms just like this. And we'll put in the description below, if you're watching this, links to some of our educational seminars, because we feel that buyers and sellers, if they like real estate and are interested, should have information that's free and easy to access. Social media is a really important part. 80% of the buyers now start online with looking for a replacement home. So we're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, Tumbler, Pinterest, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Zillow, Trulia, Realtor.com, and blogging with keywords. So if they're gonna looking out in cyberspace, they will find your house when you're listed with us. And we also present the properties at a marketing meeting. We have different MLS systems. We have Boulder area. We have the Denver metro area. We have Women's Council of Realtors. We have Young Professional Network and the Brighton Young Professionals. All of these places are places that we attend, and now we're attending virtually, but are able to share information about our properties. We'll have a professional photographer come and do an aerial vision photos of the area, and do physical square footage of the house and a floor plan with the interior photos. Your house will show like top dollar. And we have access to a professional stager. And here is one of the best things we offer is 100% satisfaction guarantee. So if you're not happy with what we're doing to market your home or help you buy a home, you can fire us. Okay, you're in charge. You signed an agreement. It is a contract. But if you're not happy with what we're doing, you shouldn't be stuck with us. So I think that's one of our best features. And as you're comparing, because we always suggest that people do compare, and then you'll see and ask them about videos. Do they have videos of happy sellers and buyers? Do they have buyers and sellers you can call? We have all of those. We have on YouTube, and our sellers have authorized us to be able to share their names and numbers. So if you have any concerns, talk to someone who's done time with us. So Declan, here we are, just about ready to close her on up.
Right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us and viewing our weekly transition tip. Subscribe to our transition tips and you can get them once a week in your inbox. When you join us, you will receive a PDF on our transition tips. We'll see you next time.